Okay, so I wanted to talk to you today about something in life that's not going as well as it could be, or something that you would like to change.
Well, let's do the first one. Something in life that
Okay?
could be better. I, with my position at work, we are going through some internal changes um, that I really wish could be better.
Okay. What kind of internal changes?
I'm part of a very small training team within my company, and we are going through some staffing changes.
Okay.
And due to budget cuts, we've had to let one person go, and we actually just had another one move on to a different position.
Okay. So how is that impacting you?
Well, it's probably going to impact everybody on my team, but it will definitely impact me. I'm going to probably have to pick up two different states. I cover a region. I cover Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. And as it looks now, I'm probably going to have to pick up Utah and Colorado as well.
Okay. And how do you feel about taking on those two additional areas?
Well, to be honest, I'm a little stressed out about it,
Okay.
and I'm a little kind of overwhelmed feeling of it
Okay.
because it's going to be a lot more work.
Okay. So you're feeling stressed about the additional work that is impending as a result of staffing changes at work. Is that correct?
Definitely, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, how is there anything about that that you think that you can change? Those.
Well, when it comes to being stressed out, I'm the type of person I don't really get stressed out all that much. I'm pretty stress free.
Okay, that's good.
But when it comes to this being, stressed out, I have avenues that I could probably use. I think it's going to come down to how to use them and when to use them, because I can't always ask for help from my peers, and I can always speak to my boss about these issues.
Okay. So what avenues do you see yourself using?
Well, my boss is actually a pretty wonderful guy. He very supportive, very nice. Pretty much do anything to help you, accomplish your goals. So more than likely, I would reach out to him. But the problem with reaching out to him is I don't want him to feel that I can't handle the task. And another reason, the movements, everybody taking on new areas and all that, it's not complete yet. He's thrown out like the feelers, okay, this is what I'm thinking, but nothing's been finalized.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that you are apprehensive to ask for help because you are afraid that your ability to take on those additional workload is going to be judged. Is that?
Yeah, because the way I look at it is everybody in our department now more than likely is going to be having either something changed, moved, or added to.
Okay.
And I'd hate to be the only one that says I can't do it. That would definitely, I would think, would look bad on me. Because I'm not the only one that's being, affected by this.
Sure.
So I don't want to be a squeaky wheel in a way.
Okay. Do you think that you would be the only one that is nervous?
No. I definitely don't think I'd be the only one that'd be nervous about this. Now, I'm not completely sure if I'd be the only one that would speak up or not.
Okay. And then the other thing that I heard you say was that none of this has been finalized yet.
Correct,
Correct.
yeah, it's pretty much just at the feeler stage.
Okay.
He sent out an email last week saying this is kind of what I'm thinking about doing. So nothing's been finalized.
Okay. Do you think that there's anything that you can do at this stage in this process that you can do to maybe ease some of your feelings of apprehension or being stressed and overwhelmed?
More than likely, I would say just speaking up to my boss. Like I said, he is a pretty good guy, and he has always got that open door policy. So I think that I should more than likely just reach out to him and tell him my feelings. Tell him kind of, what's going on.
Okay. Is there anything that's preventing you from doing that beyond your apprehension about your performance as an employee being judged?
Not really. I think that's my only really big apprehension is, and more than likely it's just built up in my head. He probably would be more than happy to talk about it and more than happy to, rethink the strategy. I think it's just, I built it up to be probably bigger than it really is. So that's probably the only thing that's holding me back from really talking to him.
Okay. And if you chose at this point in the planning process to not talk to your boss about your feelings, what do you think the outcome would be?
Well, more than likely, I'd end up getting Utah and Colorado, and that's an additional, if I remember correctly, it's like an additional 250 associates between those two buildings, which is a lot. But I think that's what he wants to do, is give me those two states. So that's probably what would happen.
Okay. That's a lot of additional people.
It is. That is a lot of additional people. It's a big step.
Okay. And if those areas weren't given to you, do you know what the next plan that he might be able to work out would be?
Well, it seems that when it comes to the regions, everything just shifts. So if we lose coverage in this area, everybody just kind of shifts a state over, one or two states over. So if I didn't take Utah and Colorado, more than likely the California district would, or the Seattle district would, that area, or even the central would. So I'm not. There are three other options, I think, besides me, that my boss could work with.
Okay.
So I'm not his only hope.
So when you talk to your boss, you could maybe run through some of these other options with him. Would you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, kind of the pros and cons. Is that what you're kind of?
Or maybe just exploring other options with him, having that conversation with him about what the options are.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm a little nervous because I wouldn't want to upset him. He does seem to be kind of a fella that gets upset easily, or gets flustered easily, and I think that would make me a little nervous. I mean, I feel comfortable enough I could probably do it, but I do have a sense of a little bit of apprehension on the backside that I might upset him because of he's already got a grand plan, and I'm the one changing it.
Okay. So, I've heard that you said that your boss is extremely helpful. He's got an open door policy, but now when you're talking about going to him and asking him for some accommodation, all of a sudden it kind of sounds to me like his character has changed a little bit, in that he gets frustrated or insulted if you come to him with problems.
Well, I might have, I don't know, maybe I said that to an extreme.
Which one?
His reactions.
Okay.
He does have an open door policy, and I think it's more my feelings that I'm worried about than really his reaction coming, using this open door policy.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever come to your boss with a problem like this before?
No, this one's pretty unique. We've had some staffing changes and some region changes before, but we've never lost 2 trainers.
Okay.
So this is the first time that we were really mixing it up. Otherwise, it was just, hey, can you help out here or help out there type of thing. But this one's a little unique.
Okay. Have you ever gone to your boss before with an alternative plan to something that he has suggested?
Oh yeah, yeah. But that's usually with like SOPs or procedures, things like that.
Okay, so a smaller scale.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and how did he react when you did that?
He actually loved it. He likes it because I bring a different set of eyes to things that most of the people on my team can't.
Okay.
And he usually likes it when I speak up about a procedural issue that I see.
Okay. So you've used his open door policy beforehand, and you've gotten good results, positive results in return, correct?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So what is it about this situation that you think that using, again, this open door policy that he encourages with his employees, his reaction would be opposite to what you've encountered in the past?
Well, there's 2 things I can think of.
Okay.
One is when it comes to SOPs and procedures, I'm extremely confident in my abilities. I've been around for a long time. I know how things work. Now, the second one is I don't want him to think that I can't do it. That I'm the only trainer that will have an issue or something like that. And I haven't even tried it yet. I might be able to handle this just fine. The stress and the overwhelmedness just might be kind of like jitters in a way. So I haven't even tried this yet, so that's kind of it too.
Okay, all right. So let's maybe talk about some steps that you can take to ease some of those jitters so that maybe you would feel comfortable to talk to him about this.
Are you speaking about alcohol? No, okay. Not alcohol. Well, I probably would want to maybe like one step at a time. Like open door policy when it comes to say, all right, I'd like to maybe bring up these other ideas. And kind of maybe get like almost like a sense of a feeler to him. Just to see kind of what he says and then go, because he might change his mind at that point. And then if nothing has changed or whatever, then I might go on to, this is how I feel.
Okay.
So I might just put out feelers first.
All right, and so what kind of feelers would you put out?
Well, have you thought about this? Did you consider that? Maybe this idea might work, or, that kind of feelers is what I was kind of thinking of.
Okay.
A lot of this comes down to money.
Sure.
I understand that everybody now is on tight budgets and things, and so I know that we're under a microscope when it comes to our money. So I might even come up with different money scenarios as feelers.
Okay. So what I would like to challenge you to do is maybe in this next week, put out a few of those feelers and see how your boss reacts, and then maybe take the next step after that if you feel that some of your apprehension has been eased a little bit by taking this first step.
I like that idea.
All right. Thank you very much for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.